Good afternoon, folks. We are here live at Aurora Resort, Aurora Anguilla, and we are at the water park. This afternoon, we have some folks who are going to tell us who they are and what they do. We're going to have a chit chat with them and bring you guys more information about Aurora. All right, so stand by. We'll be with you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Maza Demis Adams, and I am the general manager at the Aurora Entertainment Park. Today, we are celebrating our very first anniversary. And with me, I have Crispin, our lifeguard, and I have Richard Stevens. They're going to introduce themselves, who is our risk and safety manager.
Well, good afternoon to you, ladies. You skip over Crispin to me. I hope that you're hearing me loud and clear. Hello, everyone. Richard Stevens, as Marza mentioned before, and here at the Entertainment Park, I'm the Assistant Risk and Safety Manager. I'm also the lifeguard instructor, lifeguard trainer, and lifeguard manager. I'm also the elite supervisor of the Entertainment Park.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Crispin Brandon Mossington, originated from Ray Hill.
All right. So, Mavo,
Yes, Lloyd.
I know that you guys turned one today. Tell us about how it was at the beginning and how it morphed into what it is now.
It's amazing to look around the park and to really see how the park has developed, especially the garden. So 1 year ago, we commissioned the entertainment park. The entertainment park consists of the water park, we have the teen center, we have kids club, we have the sports center, and we have the amphitheater. So that encompasses the Aurora Entertainment Park.
And in reference to all of these, how has the public responded first?
Right.
The public.
So we commissioned this park 1 year ago. It was handed over to us on the 13th, and we went live on the 14th, so very quickly after construction. We were tasked with ensuring that guests that access the park have a wonderful time. However, we did so strategically last year in that when we opened primarily to in-house guests. So we opened to in-house guests. In preparation for opening, we had to develop all the policies and procedures needed to run an aquatic facility. We have an arrangement with a company out of the US that oversees and supervises safety for aquatic facilities, because the park has an aquatic side, the water park side, with the water features. And so, working alongside them, we were able to develop our policies, our emergency action plan, certification of the lifeguards, identification of the best possible places to put our lifeguards in the aquatic facility, etc., our rules and regulations, etc. So all of that had to be done before we actually opened the park. And as you know, a park such as this, there's a level of risk, and so you will need to have an indemnity insurance. So all of those things that happened behind the scenes occurred. And we went live to, I can always remember, it was a rainy day. Anguilla, it was hot for like weeks on end, and then that one day that we opened a water park in this tropics, it rained. I felt it was a blessing.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a blessing. And we had 48 persons,
Wow.
48 guests wanting to be the first people
be in the
to
park.
go down the slides and be in the park. They came, even though it was raining, and they were our first guests. And we were so excited because at the end of the day, we were told that they had a wonderful time. And that is why we are here. We are here to ensure that everyone that walks through our doors or gates, that they have an exceptional time. Now we're open to in-house guests, but we also open to locals. And most locals tell you that when they come to the park, they feel like they are outside of Anguilla. The experience is such, it's so relaxing. They come for the whole day. They enjoy having lunch at the park, our famous food truck with our world famous burgers and wings. Yes. People come and they just have a wonderful time. So that has been our experience over the last year. We have had 25,526 visits. I checked the records.
Wow.
In 1 year
In 1
time.
year.
Yes. And it's amazing how receptive our neighbors in St. Martin have been. On our weekends, and once St. Martin has school breaks, they are here. And they have been our biggest supporters, I would say. Yeah,
That is
our
lovely.
neighbors from St. Martin. Yeah, many of them indicating that this is the very first visit that they've had to Anguilla. Yeah, they came over specifically
For the water
for the
park.
water park. And they go back and they tell friends, and it just continues and it has ballooned. So we've had great support from St. Martin.
In reference to the amphitheater, I've been there a few times. I've been to movies. I've been to a couple of shows. Were you surprised to see the mushrooming of that event, of that area?
It's quite an experience. I mean, when you are outdoors under the stars, and the screen that we have where we show the movies is quite extraordinary. The quality of the visual, the sounds. Was I surprised? I can remember when we launched our very first movies. We had 350 people on the first night that we had a movie night. And then the second night, because it was a midterm break, I'll never forget. Yes, we had to turn people back. It was crowded. It was crowded. We had close to 700 people in that theater.
I remember coming in, and I wouldn't say because of my status, but I was fortunate as security said, "Okay, Lloyd, you can go, but we are not allowing any more persons in."
Yes, yes. So we still do our movies. We have our movie nights on Fridays. And coming this Friday, we are going to be showing a real popular movie. So I'm encouraging persons to come down. I'm not sure if you know of the movie Red One. It's
No, I'm not.
it's a real popular movie with The Rock. It's a Christmas movie. And I think that it will be enjoyed by the entire family. So I'm encouraging persons to come down on Friday night. That movie is going to begin at 8, but we have another movie that starts at 6:30. So we have two movies on Friday nights. 6:30 is the first one, and the second one is going to be at 8. And in December, we have two concerts. We actually have the Private Property Band that's going to be with us. They're going to be with us on the 28th at the amphitheater. Showtime begins at 9 p.m. And then they're going to also headline our New Year's celebration, New Year's Eve celebration, and firework display, also beginning at 9 o'clock. So there's a lot of activity and entertainment at the Aurora Resort. So I'm encouraging persons to just give us a call or check us out on the Facebook page or website, and you will have and find more information about those activities I spoke about.
Yeah, Richie. Let me just jump over back to you, Richie. Richie, you've been here for how long?
Well, Lloyd, since the opening, I've been here now for a year.
And for this past year, how has it been going for you? I know that we first got real together in terms of with the children up at Crocus Bay and teaching them to swim. But how has that translated to here, or transition to here?
Well, again, Lloyd, yes, we started down at Crocus Bay by teaching our children to swim. As you know, most of us here can't swim by the last survey that I the Red Cross did that proved that only 1 in every 10 primary school year child is able to swim, and must be, I think it's over 80 something percent of the people cannot swim. So that's where we met with us doing some work there. But here at the entertainment park, it's similar like it's teaching. It's teaching people how to swim correctly, because somebody might come and they want to be a lifeguard, but being a lifeguard, you don't have to swim correctly. You just have to be a strong swimmer, able to go and get someone and save them. But being that I have the skills how to teach people how to swim, then I take the time and teach the guys different skills, different strokes, how to swim. So it's been going very good. It's like teaching. It's like Don Crocker's Bay teaching, but it's just that it's a different skills. Being a lifeguard, we practice different things. You have to learn AED usage, CPR, different rescue moves that you have to perform when dealing with someone who might get injured in the water and stuff like that. So it's been going great. It's been a good year.
In reference to just being a lifeguard, what does that actually entail?
It takes a lot, like the first thing you need is discipline. You must have discipline, because you're going to be told how to walk, how to sit, how to dress, what you're going to have, understand what you can't and can't do. Like sometimes, let's say I might be on the stands and my wife might pass and she might want to come there at the stand and have a conversation with me. And I can't do that, not while I am on the stand. You understand? So sometimes folks might come here and they might ask a lifeguard can you take a picture of me? And the lifeguard might say, no, it's not that they are rude, it's just that they have to remain focused and scanning the water and looking at the patients in the water. So discipline, you need to have discipline.
How have you found working here with first the workers and then the guests?
It's very easy, like we have a capable, competent GM in Mistress Demis Adams, and so it is very easy to get along with somebody who has her kind of personality. She's very calm, she's very straightforward, she's very caring. You can always go and have a conversation with her, and she would try to ensure that everything is there for me to carry out my duties. So
well, as a good GM, they would normally, any manager would normally provide the things that make the job be more efficient and more flowing, because at the same time it would reflect on a good image on that person. So she's doing a great job.
She's doing a great job, because sometimes you have some folks like they're very stubborn. They know that they need this, and you might ask for it and they want to prolong it, and okay, tomorrow or next day with Mistress Demis Adams, it is right away. You go, and if something that had an island here, she's going to go and get it. And if she have to get it from away, bet your bottom dollar she's going to order it right away, because she understands that here at the entertainment park, we believe and we that safety should be, and it is our number one priority. So we don't play around when it comes to that.
In terms of encouraging folks, youngsters, to take up this type of work, what do you think?
Like, it's a very good job to have. It's a very good job, because you're gonna learn a lot of skills, and skills that you not only can use here at the park, but you can use them at your home. You never know, someone could pass out at home and you might have to perform CPR on them until EMS gets on the scene. You might be at a restaurant eating and you see someone choking, and you might be able to go across and render assistance. You might be at the beach. As you know, we have some of the best beaches anywhere in the world, and I say that without any apology. Right here in Anguilla, you might be at the beach and you see something happening, and you'd be able to render assistance. And it is skills that you're going to take throughout your life. It's not something that you're going to have now and then tomorrow it's gone from you. Once you have it, you have it.
I know, we were working at another establishment many years ago. The moment I stepped foot on that property, everything changed. It was like the mood, everything was so positive. I'm sure that you just have that same feeling when you get here?
Well, you know me, Leiden. For those who are viewing, who know me, I am always upbeat. I try to move around with a positive spirit, and so I don't come to work with any problems or any stress or anything like that. I just come to work each day, show up with a positive mindset to deliver the best service to our patients and to get along good with my colleagues. And people can feed on your energy, and if you come with a bad spirit and your face is up and you're not smiling, you're not happy, then they would feel that. And so I try not to move around with that kind of energy.
Crispin, young Crispin. Crispin from Ray Hill.
Yes.
Yeah. Crispin, tell us how you got involved in being a lifeguard and how that has changed your perspective of being a lifeguard and life.
Okay, for me, I started out working down here for a few years. I was a houseman at first. And when I heard about the water park, I was interested in working here, but I wasn't sure as to what I would be doing at the water park, even though I wanted to be here. So, as time went by, I was still working as a houseman. The water park came into play, everything was going on, everything was happening. In one afternoon, I sat down and I was like, I really want to make a change. I want to elevate myself. So I went out of my way to get Mistress Adams' number and I called her and I let her to know, I'm really interested, wanting to step up and do something different. And she was like, you serious? I said, yes, I am. She told me, okay, she would get back to me and what's not. And it was a rough patch, but I'm here today, thankful, learning experience, amazing. Wouldn't change it for the world, to be honest. I love to learn new things, and being a guard, it made me a lot more disciplined. I see life different. I go about things different just because I have to upkeep my standard.
That's good. So, in reference to the work itself, how do you feel doing your work? What you do for the guests and other staff?
To be honest, to know that I'm the one that everyone is going to be dependent on in that moment, it feels good because I know what I have to do, and I'm always ready and willing to do what I have to do in the case of an emergency.
Marvo, in reference to the overall thing turning 1 year, how does the staff, what's the morale of the staff knowing that it's a year now?
Everyone's extremely excited. If you look around and you see the staff, you'll see that the staff is a fairly young staff. Yeah, we have. So lots of energy and vibrancy when you have young people. It's also a different type of management style that you have to implement. You have to ensure that you uphold standards, but you also have to be mindful of the generation for which you manage. And I think that that's important to note. Today, if you go around, you'll see everyone wearing a party hat and a birthday hat. They're all excited because we were all in this from the very beginning. So everyone, people, there's a saying, there's skin in the game. Everyone has skin in this game. Everyone wanted from the very first day we opened for the park to be a success. And we are proud to say that we are a success. Persons are coming in, they're having a wonderful time, and it is a safe environment. We have not had any major incident, and that is something that we are very proud of. You know that I'm coming from a health background. And I think for me, in taking up this job, this role, that was one of my major concerns, ensuring that we don't have a fatality or a major injury. Yeah, because once children are involved and there's water, that is always a risk. Yeah, that's always a risk. But we have been very blessed in that we have skilled individuals in Richie, in the guards, in everyone who's here, because everyone shares in the responsibility. We recently implemented new safety measure at the park, and that children across the U.S., last year and the year before, there were some fatalities at aquatic facilities. When they did a deep dive into root cause, the root cause was parents or guardians were not attentive enough to their children. And so a recommendation came out by Stargard Elite, which is our safety company, the company in which we are associated with. And the recommendation is that if you are 7 and under, you must be in arm's reach. And we took it a step further in that we ban our guests in a special color ban, and everyone on the park, be it pool attendants, bartenders, housekeepers, managers, recreation, kids club, everyone on the park. They are there to ensure that if they see anyone with that special band, that an adult with the same color band should be next to them. And if not, they're to go to that adult or child, because if you see an adult without a child too, you're supposed to go and find out where is that child. And that's just another layer of safety. That's shared responsibility. And that is what's required in order to maintain that sense of safety and to ensure that we do not have any major incidents or any fatalities at this
So
facility.
training is ongoing or periodic?
Training is ongoing. So the lifeguards, they are certified. They have to be certified every year. It's 12 months. But in order to maintain their certification, they have to participate in 4 hours monthly training. So 4 hours every month for the 12 months
And
that
is
they're
that done
certified.
in-house?
It is done in-house. It is done by Mr. Stevens. So he is a certified trainer through Stargard Elite. And every month, religiously, our guards go through a vigorous training exercise that includes not only aquatic activities or exercises, skill activities, but also classroom and online skill assessments and activities.
In terms of assessments, have you guys recently been assessed?
Yes, we-
And to what level y'all have attained assessment?
So, as part of our contract with Stargard Elites, and is standard across aquatic facilities, because this park is twofold in that we have the aquatic side and we also have the sports side. So, as part of the aquatic side, we underwent 2 audits. We had an audit in May, our very first audit after being in operation for 5 months. At that time, we received 4 stars. And at that time, we were told, this is amazing. So be open in 5 months and achieve 4 stars is something to be proud of. But knowing who we are, and you know who we are, Richard, I, and the guards, we knew that another audit was coming up. And we decided that we are going to give it our best. And we are going all the way to 5 stars. So 5 star is over 100%, as we were told. It means that you are at the top of your game. It means that you take safety seriously and that you have done everything possible within the industry standards. And so in November, we underwent our second audit. So an audit is unannounced. The auditor comes in unannounced and he audits 5 areas. He audits the facility, the aquatic facility. He audits our documentation. So documentation would look at things like our incident reports, our zone charts, and all of the documents that are required to operate the aquatic facility. The third component is that of supervision. So there's a list of criteria around how you supervise at an aquatic facility. The fourth component will be skills, and that's around your life-saving skills. And then the fifth component will be observation of the lifeguards on their stations. And we are very proud to see that we got 5 stars.
5 stars.
5 stars in
Wow.
November. It was, I mean, leading, I think it didn't hit me, I would say. It didn't hit me when he indicated that we got it until like, I would say 24 hours later, and I was like, oh my God, we have 5 stars.
5 stars. Isn't
Yes.
that a great
Yes,
achievement?
yes.
Wow.
Because you're under such immense pressure. Because he comes in the first day, he does the observation. You don't know that he's here. He announces that he's here at the end of the observation. And then you know the second day, he will be observing the skills assessment and your documentation and facility. And so you're all nervous, and I think after the adrenaline rush, it took me 24 hours to be like, yes, we did this.
We did it.
And I think I
Richie.
haven't let down that excitement since being notified that we have achieved 5 stars.
Richie, I'm just hearing some really good news, and I know you have been the driving force behind that. How's that feeling?
It's a wonderful feeling for me, Lloyd. It's I always believe in myself, and I know the standards to which I keep myself and to which I train. And you, Lloyd, would have seen a lot of my work firsthand, being
Yes.
around some of my outreach programs and some of my camps. We operate under the microscope, so people always watching you up front. So I hold myself to high standards. I don't compromise when it comes to safety. So after that, 4 stars, and I know what 5 stars is supposed to look like, and okay, we know the areas in which we needed to work on. And so I told them, listen, 5 star, the next time that we do anything like this, it gotta be 5 stars. And so we went out for that.
Richie, in reference to you being a trainer, apparently you didn't learn that here on the job. In order to be certified, how did that go about and where did you go?
Well, I went to the United States of America, Orlando, and we went to Miami, where part of it was done on a cruise ship as well. So part of it on land, in the pool. It's a robust program, like you're going to be there with lifeguard instructors from all over and candidates from all over, and you have to prove yourself. A lot of people feel like being a trainer is just coming and telling someone to stand up out there, and it's not that. You have to pass these skills. You have to pass your dealing with your CPR, your AD usage, infant choking, child choking, adults. There's a lot of things that you have to learn, and jumping in the pool and performing certain skills, able to go down to the bottom of the pool and take up things and come up with it, learn to swim with someone. So you have to go away and get these skills and then come back and teach.
Yeah, how receptive are the staff to you imparting this information?
Well, sometimes, like, let's say if you take someone who maybe coming from a different field, and they in their mind, the idea of a lifeguard is just to stand up with a tube, and when you come now and you have to say to them, you can't walk like that, you can't dress like that, you can't sit like that. This is the way how we're gonna move, this is the way. It's like, it takes some time. Some people gravitate to it right away, and some, if you're accustomed to wear your pants down below the butt, then the pants have to be up by your waist, and it has to look neat and nice on you, and the shirt have to be ironed, the pants have to be ironed, the hat have to be on, the shades have to be on, the bag around your waist, it must be on with your mask in it, you must have your whistle, you must have your 2 pairs of gloves, and you just can't walk any old hole. The minute that you enter the entertainment park, you're gonna see, for those who are accustomed to coming here, they will tell you about the guards, how they walk and how they sit. People come here sometimes like just to sit down and watch the guards. I've had people who come in and say, I just here to watch the guards doing their rotation and thing. I love to see them because they have to do everything by the team.
I've noticed since I came, I'm seeing guys walking with this red
Tube.
tube.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they walking around with this tube?
Well, it's part of your it's part of you being a lifeguard, right? Once you understand, you're going to need a tube. If someone out there is in difficulty, then you have to jump in and use your rescue tube, maybe to put under them, to lift them, to assist them onto the board, and to create a barrier between you and whoever you're going to rescue.
Right. So, Crispin, And crossing over from what you was doing first to be a lifeguard, how difficult was that for you?
Well, to be honest, it was quite difficult because I never had no sort of training, no sort of guidance into into this field. And being honest, Richie and Mazda made it really easy because they was always there, even when I wanted to give in. When I was thinking like it's too much, they was always there to encourage me and tell me, stick it out, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna get past, you're gonna. And I'm glad today I did because the skills that I learned today, as Richie said, nobody can take them back from me. I learned
Right.
them to an extent where I'm now confident and comfortable within myself.
Um, I don't know if I should ask this question, but could you swim before?
Could I swim before this?
Yes.
Yes, but not correctly.
Okay. And because I know Richie has this program of teaching people to swim. I know he taught a 70-something-year-old woman to swim. He taught little children to swim. So that was a question, because I know he did say that there were some people who can't swim and they're not
Right.
swimming.
Right. So my swimming wasn't, I should say it wasn't swimming. In my books, it was swimming because I could have saved myself. But then when Richie came along and showed me the correct way of swimming, is when I feel way more confident and comfortable within myself through the water.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mama, Maz,
It's okay. I mean, all my life it's
Uh,
Maza.
Maz. Okay, because
Maz.
Richie, I don't know if you saw Richie would type it on his phone and show me,
No, I
tell me I'm
didn't.
pronouncing her name wrong.
That's okay. That's okay.
Um, in terms of like summarizing the last year, what type of satisfaction you can say that you have?
The last year has been exceptional. We have triumph. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we didn't have another facility to emulate. This entertainment park, especially the aquatic side of things, has been, I would say, passion, love,
Yes.
a seed,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that has grown. And we have been fortunate enough that that passion, that love for this park is shared amongst all of the staff. Everyone here, if you were to ask them if they would want to be transferred to another part
Department.
or a department, will tell you no. There's a vibe here,
Right.
positivity, but camaraderie and teamwork. There is nothing that is too small for anyone to do or too big for anyone to do. We help each other, and Crispin is shaking his head because if there's a need for us to, we also have staff who are trained in dispatch. And if there's a need for someone to go and do dispatch, they do. If it's a need for someone to assist with the pool attendants, we do it. If there's someone that needs assistance with reception, a kids club, we genuinely are a team that looks out for each other, and we get immense joy in the joy that we receive from our clients, and the fact that they come here, they have such a wonderful time. That is what motivates us.
One of the things I've noticed in all of the schools, from kindergarten up to Campus Q, the community college, they ask any of those students, the children, where they would like to go, and I always get a universal answer: the water park.
So this year we did something very special. Across the island, at the end of the school term, most classes will plan a day trip or class party. So this year we reached out to a lot of the schools and we offered a special rate to the children, including our neighboring island, St. Martin. So in June into July, we had many of the classes, and it was just an immense schools. Yeah, we had probably every class in every school They had their specific day and they will come down and have a wonderful time with us. And I think everyone enjoyed seeing the immense pleasure that the children took and some of them for the very first time having this experience, yeah, because many of them not being able to travel to other water parks, and seeing them going down the slide and being so excited. One thing I told teachers when they reached out to me initially, they were all concerned about the fact that the children would be hungry after having their lunch, and I said to them, don't worry about food. Don't worry about bringing lots and lots of snacks, because once children get here, they don't worry about food. They're going from the time they get here to the time they leave, and then it's at the time when they're leaving is when they're concerned about eating.
Right.
And every teacher, once they were packing up the class and departing, said, Maza, you were so right. You were so right. They were actually walking with the food because the children did not concern themselves with the eating. The teachers also expressed, and many of them came back for their special retreats. Teachers
Yes.
will have time away. They had such a wonderful time that they came back separate and apart during the summer to experience it without the students, because with the students, there was a level of supervision that they had to instill.
I guess you're going to reach out to nurses and others soon.
Absolutely. We had medical teams here also. We had the banks. I mean, we try to encourage business places to use the park as a retreat, and we've had huge success with that. It's always amazing to see adults having fun,
Yes.
genuine fun, not on their phones and doing, the social media, which is so prevalent in our lives, but just having that camaraderie with each other, laughing, playing basketball, playing miniature golf, playing foosball or air hockey, going down the slide for the very first time and screaming so loudly. I mean, that's just immense pleasure for us seeing others enjoying the park.
Right. Crispin.
And I also wanted,
Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
I wanted to mention, which I didn't, the fact that today also launches our extended hours. So from
Extended
today,
hours,
yes,
as in?
from today and every other Saturday, we're going to be open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yes, 10
Wow.
a.m. to 10 p.m. only on Saturdays for now. Yes, so you can come to the park. You can come to the park at 6 o'clock. You can come to the park at 4 o'clock. You can come to the park at 10 o'clock. We are here until 10 p.m.
10 p.m. And the same amenities are going to be offered.
Same amenities are going to be offered. We'll have the guards on their stations because we cannot operate our aquatic side of the park without our guards. That is mandatory. So we'll have the guards. We're also going to have access. You'll also have access to the sports side, which includes the miniature golf, rock climbing, bocce, basketball, and volleyball.
So if a group wants to come, what is the procedure for them to?
They just need to reach out to us. They can call or they can send me an email at the email address that's attached to the entertainment park. Yeah, so those are the two main ways that they can make the initial contact, and then we can discuss the finer details of the visit to the park. Yeah, but we encourage that. I've seen groups coming here and doing team building activities, yeah, and having immense fun doing so.
Right. But it sounds interesting, and I know I worked at an establishment before, and I understand what building teamwork is all about. Because when you have proper teamwork or good teamwork, it makes the work easier. The outcome with the guests experience, everything is different, is better. So and throughout our talk, I've been hearing you talking about teamwork.
Because there's nothing that you can do on your own. I've learned that in the various organizations that I've worked, in the many roles that I've played in my career. No matter how intelligent or knowledgeable or skillful you are, you need people around you. Yeah, so you're as good as your team. You're as good
Exactly.
as your team.
Exactly. Yes. Crispin, back to you. In reference to you with your team, how is the camaraderie um, with you and your team?
To be honest with you, my team, I just always say that as a male, we grew up not saying not we would not say to another man we love them. But
Right.
I just tell all my team members, all my colleagues, I have love for you guys.
That
Let
is
we
so
try to stay
strong.
together. Let we do what
Yes.
we got to and get it done. And doing that does help a lot. That does help uplift others same way, keep them smiling, keep them. So yes, my team is a wonderful team, and I love my team.
That's, you know, with that type of attitude, it will go far.
Yes, it would.
Yes. The man himself, Richie,
Yes.
all over to you.
Well, like Crispin said, love. Once you have love, you have everything, and we try our best here, Maza and I, to instill in everyone that work here that teamwork is always the make the dream work. I don't really care to have a superstar and then no one is around. I just want to have a group of people who are going to work together and look out for each other, and we'll get the job done. We try not to get too cocky because I stay very humble, and so we try to pass on my knowledge to the youngsters and encourage them to climb for higher heights and tell them that there's a whole new world out there. It's not just being a lifeguard and staying here. You can go on to be a supervisor. You can go on to be an instructor. So much you can achieve.
Richie, before you took up work here last year, right? I remember you had your own work, but at the same time you used to get up all in the morning, go to Crocus Bay, teach, give lessons, come back, go to work, come back again, and then go again and teach.
Still doing that, light. I'm still up early in the morning before I get here, go to Crocus Bay, give a lesson, come to work and finish work, and then go and teach again the children of the All Nations United Swim Club. They were competitive swimmers and give private lessons. It's never ending cycle for me. It's teaching, teaching around the clock.
I know, Richie, that the All Nations Swim Club isn't affiliated with this,
Right.
but you guys have been gathering a lot of accomplishments recently. I know that you all have been taking teams overseas, and lots of them have been gaining personal bests. Can you just briefly make mention of a few of the things that happened with the members and
Well, like you said, we're not affiliated, but for somehow we still have a little connection because here at the entertainment park, the owner himself, Mr. Richard Shaws, he gave us permission to train here at the park, before opening hours and, after hours and we can train. He also gave us Paradise Cove pool to train as well. So kudos to them. So we got a little connection going on there. And so recently we had Anguilla took part, I think, is it the 31st or 32nd OECS Championships down in St. Vincent. And I'm proud to say, all the children, I took time off light to train them early in the morning before we open. After work, I trained the kids and they went to St. Vincent and they did very well down there. All the swimmers had personal bests. I had two swimmers from my club, I think, they swam like 6 races and they were all personal best. I got back from Curacao on the 10th of this month, where I went with 2 swimmers, and one of my little swimmer, Amia Ray, she swam 8 races and lied. She broke 5 of her previous best from just a few weeks ago in St. Vincent.
Wow.
I mean, it's amazing. She had 5 personal bests, and we also had Jonathan Iazari, and he broke 2 of his personal bests down there. So the children are going good, and it's kudos like to Aurora also for giving us the opportunity to train here, where we can mark out a 50 meters in the pool. While it may not be a competitive pool where we can dive off and do, but we're able to do some training here, and we are very grateful for that.
Right. Um, in terms of being a lifeguard, Richie, um, does it just pertain to Aurora Water Park, or should it be all hotels where we have beachfront area, or what?
Well, I have no doubt that it will get there one day. My thing is, every resort, well, villa, beach resort, big hotel, small hotel, whatever, we need to have lifeguards in because anything can happen. Like we have, Anguilla is a tourism-based economy, and tourism is our bread and butter. And I think that we owe it to our guests who are coming here to provide a certain level of safety for them. We need to. I would love to see it all over, and I am here, and I have some ideas, and we will see where they go.
Good. Mav, Mazit? I'm being safe. Mrs. Adams?
Maza,
Yeah,
Mrs.
that's the
Adams.
safest. That's the safest. So this entertainment park is here because the vision that one gentleman held.
And that is Mr. Richard Schultz. Yeah. He saw the potential of the park, and it is because of him why we have the park today. And today, on our anniversary, on our birthday, I think he should be commended. This is a park that has added value to our tourism product. Families from across properties on island, villas, they come and they enjoy. Our guests at our resort enjoy. Neighboring islands enjoy the park. And for that, I think we all should give Mr. Schultz a big shout out today on our anniversary, because this is really his vision to add value to the property, especially the value around families. Yeah? Because as you know, most hotels on island have access to beautiful beaches, but we at the Aurora Resort have the only water park.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm sure that we have the only water park in the sub-region, the closest potentially being Puerto Rico, and then further on Dominican Republic and Jamaica. So that's something that we all should be proud of. Yeah. Many persons from St. Martin, like I said, the reason why they come over is because of the park. And so that's adding value to what we have here in Anguilla, our tourism product, and also adds value to the economy in that we were open September, October. Every weekend, taxi drivers had business because they were bringing truckloads, cars and cars of persons to the park every weekend, September and October. So that's something that they would not have had if the park wasn't here. Yeah. And then there's the revenue from ASPA with departure tax. There's a revenue that boats have. Yeah. So there is value in the entertainment park, value to the resort, value to the tourism product, value to the island. So today on our birthday, I just want to thank everyone who's visited us over the last year, the 25,550 visits. We
phenomenal.
appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you in our year 2.
Sounds great. And Marva, Mrs. Adams, Mr. Mussington, and Richie, I wish all the best to you guys going forward. And, may you all move from level to level to level and show that professionalism for service and everything.
Thank you very much, Lloyd. We thank you very much for your